Hi you guys, my name is Jackie and this is my channel. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. I want to let you know right off the jump that this video is a very chatty video. So you may want to get a snack, may want to get a little drinky drink because we may be here for a while. But in today's video, I did a shop my stash over the weekend and you guys helped me pick out some products to use for today's video. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use all the products that we pulled for the shop my stash video. And I'm just going to give you my impression on them. And I've created this look right here that you see now. So if you're interested in seeing how I was able to obtain the look and what I thought about the products that we used, then you already know. You're going to have to keep watching. Okay, so we're going to jump right into today's video. I hope you can't hear the fan. I decided to kind of set up this way with the light behind me in an effort to see if that helps as far as the shadows and stuff. So we're just going to test this out. This is a test run. We're going to see how this works. So the first thing I'm going to do, oh, also, I don't have anything to set my products on. I have nothing. I'm just sitting here with a little tray. This is a test run. We're going to see how this works. I'm going to go ahead and moisturize my face. I am using probably the last of my Glam Glow. I mentioned in the video that this is just about done. So again, this is the Glam Glow Moisture Trip. And this is the moisturizer we use today. And now I am going to go in with the Glowy Makeup Serum by Lineage. I'm going to use this. Haven't used this in a bit. I almost forgot I had it. Maybe I need to shake it up. I hope it's not gone bad. I'm just going to put a little on my face. Because you know I do like a nice glow. And this Lineage can be used as a serum or as a primer. And today we are just going to use it as a serum. So I just grabbed my Juvia's Place Eye Primer. And this is going to be our primer for today. This is in the shade 2. And I'll make sure I shake it up really well. And you guys saw me use it in one video. And I gave my thoughts on it. I like the primer. It does crease on my eyelids. I don't know if I have oily eyelids. I never thought I did. So you really have to, I don't think you guys can see it, but you really have to shake it up good because the oil just runs out of this. And I did shake it up good, but that's the first thing that came out was the oil. And that, I guess, is why it will crease on you if you don't set it. And we will be using the Sephora Powder. I went and got a little makeshift. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. You know how we have to rig stuff when we're recording. So this is the palette that we are using today. It is the Wine and Only palette by Colourpop. And you guys, I have had this palette so long, well over a year. And I'm just now getting around to using it. And this palette does have the shade names listed on the back. It doesn't matter because the shade names are also on the front. Yes, they are. They're hard to make out though on the front because the palette is kind of a burgundy color and it looks like the shade names are as well. But they're kind of a metallic. But anyway, we're going to do some swatches of the palette. And I'm going to start from the left, which is probably your right, go across on each row. So the first shade is called, we're just going to swatch. The first shade is called Blanc. Okay, so we have Blanc, Sip Sip, and Major Chianti. And then we're going to pick it up at Caste Chateau, like a chateau that you live in. A little play on words. So that's going to be this shade right here. We're going to go across. Okay, here we go. Now, and we have Caste Chateau, Play to Wine, and Mull It Over. So we're going to pick up this last row right here. And this is called Filt'r. We're going to start with Filt'r. Okay, and here are the swatches here. This shadow right here, I don't know if you guys can see, but it is gorgeous. I hope you can see the little reflex in it. It is gorgeous. So the last three that I swatched are Filt'r, Mon Cherie, and Grateful. All of these swatches are gorgeous. Okay, so those are the swatches. As usual, I don't really have a plan. Don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm back. You guys didn't even know I was gone. I went to get a cloth to wipe off the swatches because they were getting everywhere. And when I swatched the palette, I started wondering if any of these shadows, just by the way they swatched, if they were any pigments in this eyeshadow palette. And amazingly enough, I still had the packaging. And it says that, you know, it's cruelty-free, which Colourpop is cruelty-free. And it says not safe for use in the immediate eye area. And they have asterisks by the ones that are not safe. So out of the 9 shadows, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shadows. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 shadows that are not eye safe. They are pigments. So I took off my Juvia's Place eye primer. And I put on my MAC paint pot because the eye primer by Juvia's Place is an eyeshadow primer. And my MAC paint pot, which is in my project pan, it is an eye base. So I thought the shadows would perform better with a base. And so now we are ready to proceed with the eye look. Still don't really know what I want to do. I don't want to do anything. You know, I like my berries. You guys know that. But I don't want to do anything so heavy. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I want to keep it where it's not so dark and smoky. Which is going to be hard to do because if you look at the palette, it's very rich in color. So let's see. I'm going to take a more fluffier brush. This is my BH Cosmetics brush. And this is brush 5. It's a bit more fluffier. So I'm going to dip into this shade right here. The metallic writing, I don't know if you guys can see, but the metallic writing on this palette is so hard. See, right here. So hard to read the names because of the metallic writing. So I'm just going to point. I'm going in with a fluffy brush because I don't want to concentrate a lot of product at once. So I've gone in with this pretty color. It's not too much. Okay, the next shade that I do want to go in with, that kind of looks nice. I think this is my color story right here, you guys. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this shade right here, which is this. You know what I think I'm going to do before I go ahead and lay that down? Let's go ahead and grab some glitter glue. Y'all gotta let me know, please let me know if this setup is working. Like if you can see a little bit more clearly, or if this is not the answer. So I'm gonna flip this brush over. I'm gonna go in with this shade and probably top it with the other. And I want to bring some light in. I don't know if I should just leave it or if I should now try to lighten it up with this shade right here, right in the inner part. Okay. And I'm going to blend it out and do all that. But I realize I don't really have a shade that I want to blend with when you think about that. So I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty powder foundation and just kind of blend a little bit. Let me try to, I'm going to spray this brush. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it as the best I can do today. So what I'm going to do is catch this eye up, hop back on, and we'll do my complexion, and we will continue our story time. Okay, so I got the other eye caught up. You always have a better eye. One eye is always better than the other. I literally think I should be left-handed because here lately, my left side always comes out a little bit better than my right. We're going to pump our brakes here for now. And let's go ahead and catch up on the complexion. Oh, we said we were going to use this Sephora Smooth Primer. Haven't tried this yet. Okay, so where do I leave off with my storytelling? It's been so long, guys. I honestly don't know. I think I told you guys that I was going to text him because I thought he was too young for me. So I did text him. And come to find out, lo and behold, he's not as young as I thought he was. He is still younger, but not like I thought. So we text back and forth. Oh, so this does come with a pump. This is very surprising. I thought this was going to be a cream. And actually it's clear. Kind of like the Milk Makeup, I think. This is a day full of surprises. It goes on very smooth, and that's exactly what it says. Ultra Smoothing Primer. Definitely was surprised. I didn't expect it to be kind of like a gel. Y'all know I don't like that. But I'm not going to judge it because it does feel really nice. You never know. I'm not gonna prejudge it. I'm going to kind of press it in. Okay. So, you know, we text back and forth, and then he wanted to talk on the phone. So we talked a bit, and we reflected back on. So now I'm going in with my Selena Gomez. This is the Always an Optimist. It's a pore diffusing primer. I'm gonna look at my skin one more time. It doesn't look really oily or anything. It was very smoothing. Now this one, I hope it does some blurring. And I think it does a little. If I can remember correctly. I remember I put it on my hand one time and I could see it blurred just a little bit. And so we talked a little bit, and we reflected back on the day that I first ran into him at the grocery store, and how, you know, I had found out that my brother-in-law was not doing the best, and, you know, he likely wasn't going to make it, and how upset I was. And that's when I ran into him. And so he made some kind of comment about he could tell I was upset or something. You know, he has that knack of knowing. So we chit-chatted a little bit more, and then he had to make a run. He called me back when he got home and said something about he picked up a card for me, you know, because I had lost my brother-in-law, which never have received the card, but it's okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna let this primer or the primers hang out on my face. And what we're going to do is let's just go ahead and jump into the brow. So I haven't used this Huda brow pencil in a while. I forgot I had a spoolie. So that's what we're going to use today. Now, I have been hearing the people talk about this. I've been hearing the comments. People are saying that they love, let me just show it to you guys. People have been saying that they love this brow pencil. Oh. And here is the Rare Beauty that we pulled. It's the pore diffuser. Gotta make sure I'm showing you guys the products. Now, they have been saying that they love this brow pencil, but some of the comments that I've been hearing is that it breaks really easily. And I have not. I've used it in my Shop My Stash, and it didn't break on me. Hopefully it doesn't break today. And another comment is that it goes way too fast. Like they use it up really fast. So, and a lot of people say they like it, but they probably want to repurchase it again because I think it's 20 some odd dollars or close to 20, and it just goes way too fast. I don't know if I would repurchase it because typically I just honestly don't use brow pencils that cost this much. I just had heard all the hoopla about it, so I wanted to try it out. It does have such a fine point. I don't know if you guys can see it. And it rolls up and rolls down. Let me roll it up a little bit. See how skinny it is? So we're going to go in, try to do these brows. So we talked a little bit, and you know, he said he had a card for me and everything. And then I don't remember the next day. No, I think I texted him the next day just to, you know, say hi, what's up. And we text back and forth a little bit. And he said, call me. So I did. And he said, asked if we could meet later on that day. And that day, you guys, I was so super busy. I had errands out the wazoo. I had to go to Walmart to have a key made. I was trying to get to the post office to mail off the giveaway. I had to meet the guys at the farm. I just had a lot to do. So I told them, and go to the grocery store. So I told them I didn't have that much time. I said, but I said, where do you want to meet? And so we decided upon meeting at Walmart. I thought that was a good, place for us to meet. And so I went ahead and, because like I said, I had stuff to do. So I went ahead and let him know. I said, well, I'm headed that way now. And so he said, I'll be there. And, we had met or seen each other several times. Well, not several times, but we had seen each other a few times at the grocery store. So, I don't know why I was feeling so nervous, but I was. And I kept looking back because I was in the line to have my key made. And I kept looking back to see if he was coming. And I was like, oh, Lord, this is just too much. And finally, he arrived. Ooh, that looks dark. Oh, no. This is in the shade Black Brown. It says 7 Black Brown. This is a good brow pencil, though. I'm not going to lie. It looks dark. I don't know if it's this light. And behind this whole situation of the light being behind me, I don't know. Things are looking I don't know. Oh, okay. So I am going to hop off, catch this brow up. You know how I do. And I'll be right back. Okay. This is the best I can do with my brows. This is going to be the common theme for the video. This is the best I can do. But look at this left brow. I told you, everything is flowing on this side. I don't know what's going on with this side, but like that. Okay, and also, you know how I told you guys that I've been loving using my brow because it just fills in really well and it helps me get a defined tail where they kind of shaved it off. I didn't have to use this at all. This was the only product that I used and it went on really good. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so now, just like the video I filmed last week, this video is taking forever, so we need to speed it up. I think I'm going to try to go in with my Instant Age Rewind Eraser in the shade Tan. This is what I pulled for my concealer. But I think I want to try it just to spot conceal also in a few places. That's lucky. And I'm all the way back here, so I can't holler for him. Hold on. Okay, I pulled this Bella Pierre for my under eye because of the darkness. So we're going to go in with that. These products have never really worked for me. I don't know. You tell me if you think it's doing anything. I think I can see a little bit of difference, but at the end of the day, when you put your product on top of it, it seems to not really show up or conceal anymore or hide the darkness. Really want it right in this area right here. Okay. Okay, as I was saying, I kept looking behind me because I was super nervous. And all of a sudden, I see this wave of purple headed in my direction. This big Barney, the dinosaur looking purple headed right at me. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm not trying to talk about anybody, really. But that's literally what I saw. And I had this purple top, these purple pants, and this white headband, like rag, around his head. And, I told you he had locks. So I was just like, because I never seen him like that. And so he says, hey. And I was like, hey. Where is my powder foundation? And so he reaches his arm out to give me a hug. And I was like, so, you know, we are using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r foundation, and I have the shade 410. Let's see. And I have just been using my Milani powder brush. And this is what it looks like. It says it's a bronzer brush, but I've just been using the powder brush with it, and then I'll go in with the little sponge. And I don't swirl it, I just put it on my brush and just tap it in. And so we stood in line, and I hope this was going to cover it up. And I went and got my key made, and he had to get some stuff because apparently there was a game that night with Dallas and somebody, and he and his friend had placed a bet and he lost. So whatever team is purple, that's the team that he was going for. And he lost the bet. So he had to get this guy some stuff, some memorabilia for the Dallas Cowboys. So we got the key made, and I went with him to get the stuff that he was trying to get. So he stopped and asked the lady, you know, where was the items that he was looking for. And no kidding, you guys, the lady was looking at him and trying to get the gist of what he was looking for. And then she looked at me, and then she looked at him, and I mean, I was just like, and I wasn't really walking with him, you know, because he was walking fast, trying to get what he needed. And so I was kind of laying back low, you know. I was not trying to keep up. And he finally got what he wanted, or he was going to look around for some more stuff. And I'm going to go in with the sponge. And, you know, here I am dragging my wagon again behind him. And let's just say, because I don't really know how to tell you guys what happened next that kind of sealed the deal for me. But you know, he walked me to my car after he kept looking for what he was looking for. And because I, you know, like I said, I was in a hurry. I had to go because I had stuff I had to do. So he walked me to my car, and he said, because he was going to go back into the store and keep looking. Then he was going to go to the discount section or the sale section, which I didn't even know they had one. And he was going to keep looking for some more stuff. And so he said something had happened in the store that made me know that we were just really not for each other. He said, you're going to call me tonight? And that was a thing with him. He always wanted me to call him. He always wanted me to be reaching out to him. And so I said, after I had already known in my mind, like, this he is not for me. This is not going to work. I said, I'll try. He said, you'll try? I said, yeah, I got a lot to do. I said, I'll try. And so he kind of looked. And so I slid on into the car. And he shut my door, and I drove off. And let's just say that we were not, he was just not for me. We were not on the same level spiritually, or culturally. Because I don't want to just put it out there in your face and then have people feel a certain type of way. Oh, you have feelings about this, or you don't like this, or excuse me. So I don't want to do that. I'm just going to say it was just determined that we don't have the same beliefs. We're not, we don't feel the same way spiritually and culturally. So I just knew that was not going to work, because, I want my partner to be like-minded with me as far as spirituality. I believe in Jesus Christ, and that's my Savior, that's my Lord, and that's who I worship. So I don't want to be with someone that is totally that has a difference in beliefs, and they totally worship or believe something different, because that's not what I do. So why would we waste each other's time with different beliefs? It's just going to be nothing but problems and clashes and all that other stuff. So I'm just going to leave that there and say the next day, I had decided, we don't even need to be pursuing this any further. So I said, let me just be mature and not play, not play the game of not answering calls or none of that. So I'm going to go in with my concealer now. So I said, the next day, I said, well, just let them know, because y'all may run into each other at the grocery store again, because that seemed to be our common thread. We kept seeing each other at the grocery store, so I didn't want to, be ducking behind aisles, ducking behind the cereal or whatever, trying to pretend like I don't see somebody. And so I called him the next day, because that was his expectation anyway. And I said, hey, you want to go to lunch? And he said he wasn't working that day, but he had some errands to run. So he said, what time do you want to go? And so I said, well, we can go around 12. So he couldn't make it. He said, I wish you had called me earlier. He said, I have something to do. I said, okay, no problem. I said, I'll get with you later. And so that was my attempt to be mature and, tell him that, I didn't really want to. So I'm just going to go back in with my Fenty Beauty and then just try to make sure I don't have a big old visible line where the concealer was and where the powder is. Okay, this is what it's looking like right now. And so he couldn't make lunch. So, I felt like I made the attempt to tell him in person that, this wasn't going to work, but we didn't hook up. So I didn't call because, like I said, that is what he kept saying, call me, call me, call me. So I didn't call him anywhere that day. I didn't call him the next day. I didn't call him the next day. It was practically a week, because there's no, I didn't want to call him anymore, because like I said, I felt like, it was a done deal for me. So I just went on with life. Then I was like, well, maybe he felt like we weren't going to make it either. So, maybe we're just on the same wavelength, but we just never said it out loud. So what I did, went on with life. And then one day, about a week later, he sends me a text message saying, hey, stranger, what's going on? Give me a call. So apparently he must be used to being pursued You know, women calling him all the time. And now I'm going to go in with my Sephora powder and set my concealer. I almost forgot, you guys. So apparently that's what he is used to, just women pursuing him. And that's not what I'm used to. Nor is that what I do. And so, did I tell y'all I'm getting caught up in a story? Sephora powder. And if you have noticed, some powders, I use the sponge, and some powders. And did you guys notice I didn't use the Tarte Glow On? Telling you. Some powders I go in with my sponge and press it in, but I feel like it depends on the shade of the powder. Like, I don't really want to pack it on if it's a kind of light powder. Now, I'm going to tell y'all. I told y'all I didn't need this powder. I don't know why I bought it. It's nothing spectacular. But I am liking this powder. I'm going to take my sponge and just press it in now. It looks really blurry. Like, I am already liking the way the complexion is looking. And then I'm going to take that same brush. I'm not going to put any more powder on it, but just going to make sure everything is diffused between the powder foundation and the Sephora powder. So we have that going on. So next we're going to pick up our Cover FX. And this is the Perfector Face Palette. And this is the shade Medium Deep. So it looks like we have also a finishing powder, a contour, a blush, a highlighter illuminator, a brightening or a brightener illuminator, and a highlighter illuminator. This is what the palette looks like. I'm just going to dip in here for the contour, which for me, I'm going to use it as a bronzer. We're going to go in with the NYX, with this NYX professional makeup brush. Okay, anyway, we're going to pick up our bronzer. Anyway, so he texted and said, hey, look, hey stranger, you know, long time no hear from or whatever. And I, you know, it had already been like a week. You know, I just didn't feel inclined to respond because so much time had already passed by. So, you know, what am I responding for? And so maybe a week later, I responded back and said, hey, stranger, like he said to me. I don't know what I said after that. Yeah, it has been a long time. How you doing? And mum's the word, we have not spoken anymore since then. And when I tell you, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because, like I said, when you already know what is the point? Okay. I do love this shade as a bronzer. I don't think it is necessarily a contour. Y'all, I don't even want to go in with this. I really don't. Rachel says she wanted to see it. I just don't think this is going to do me good at all. This is it. This is it right here. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take one for the team, Rachel. I'm just going to go in really lightly. But So that's the end of the story, you guys. It did not work out. We were not in the same place as far as our beliefs. Okay, I put this much on. I don't think I like it. Kind of. I don't know, guys. But that's all I'm going to use of that. Oh, remember I said if that didn't work out, I was going to go in with this? Yes, ma'am. Try to fix it. It's really looking ashy. And we'll soften that up in just a minute. I feel like I'm just ashy now. And you know, I don't bake my nose or anything. I have the Primrose and Cream Lip and Cheek Cream Palette by Syrupine Botanicals. I was telling you guys, I was kind of sorry I swatched it because I don't think I want it, but I don't know. I'm probably prejudging it. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, though, and I think I'm going to pick it up on the sponge. And it is a very nice shade. I think Leanna was telling me that she liked this shade on me. Whew. Now, the light might be good in here, but the way I have stuff rigged, girl, my back is hurting. So this is the blush. And yeah, it looks good. We're going to go in with my LYS bronzer. This is an Aim High. This is what it looks like. Sit right here, so you can tell by the swatch just a little bit of do you. And just go up here. Kind of run it into my blush. I like to blend it in really good. I don't like to have it laying on top of my skin. And then I'm just going to put a little bit on the nose. I'm not putting any more product on there. Just taking what's already on there. And I will pick up just a little bit right here. I want to use that for my inner corner. Let's break up some of this burgundy. There we go. I'm just going to put a little bit of this highlighter in the inner corner. I'm just going to tap-a-roo. Okay, so I think I'm going to dip into the shade right here. Okay, now I'm going to try to lighten it up a little bit with this shade right here. I'm going to put a little coat of this Lancome eyelash primer on. I'm still going to try to put lashes on. I'm going to go ahead and put some mascara on my bottom lash line. I have the Too Faced Better Than Sex. I think we did pretty good, guys, pulling these products. I think we had everything we needed. I don't have an underbrow powder that I can use, or eyeshadow that I can use. Remember the one I was going to try on my face? It's the finishing powder, but it's kind of illuminating. But can you imagine if I went in with that on my face? I'm going to spray my face. I'm going to jump off, try to get my lashes on, get my life together, and I'll be right back. I finished getting myself together, find a lipstick, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I am back to close out the video. Sometimes you have a good lash day, and sometimes you don't. We're not today, but anyway, this is by Colourpop, and this is in the shade Tulips. I really thought I pulled the lip bar, but maybe I grabbed the wrong one by mistake. So let's do these lips. As you can tell, starting to get a little dark outside, or we have lost a little bit of the light. So I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips. I thought I would want to use this Fenty in Underdog and then pop Uncuffed in the center. I kind of like that combo, and I don't nearly use Underdog enough. So I think that's what we're going to do. And then, like I said, I'm going to let it dry down just a little bit, and then we'll go in with Uncuffed. So remember the things I wanted you guys to tell me. How do you like the setup? Do you think that is better lighting sitting like this with the light behind us? Okay, Uncuffed. As the lipstick is setting, you guys, this is the final look for today. I can't be pushing y'all in and out because y'all don't know how I'm rigged sitting in front of this camera, so I can scoot out. And I have to say, I really love the complexion. I love the way the eyes turned out. It's kind of scary in the beginning, but I do love the way, she don't have any lipstick. I do love the way the eye look turned out. I don't want to show y'all my lashes too much, but yeah, I think the eye look turned out really nicely. But my complexion, you guys, it looks good to me. Yeah, the complexion really looks good. I like how everything turned out. And like I said, I have just been really loving using the powder foundation. You can't deny the coverage is good. I mean, I know I did go in a little bit with the concealer, but the coverage, this is so effortless for me in the mornings, you guys. So effortless. Just take my little powder brush, stipple it in, then take the sponge and stipple it in. And then what I've been doing is the half caked. If I use the powder foundation, I'll just put that on as blush, and it kind of looks like a blush and a bronzer, so I don't have to go in with an additional bronzer or anything. It just looks, it's just a minimalist look. And I think it just looks so refreshing. It looks so good. The coverage is there. And it's just, like I said, it's just so easy. So anyway, with all that said, I am ecstatic about the products that you guys sat with me and helped me choose virtually. I'm ecstatic about the products that we use for today's video. Like I said, I think the complexion is what I'm in love with. This eyeshadow palette, it is definitely, if you want a deep look, you definitely can achieve it with this Colourpop palette. Like I said, I wasn't aware that there were pressed pigments in here until I swatched it. But you know, I don't have any eye irritation. I doubt that I'll have any staining, but I may. But it's no big deal. So just like typical Colourpop, the formula is great. The shadows are very pigmented. They show up very nicely, and I've never had a problem with the Colourpop shadows. Now, this Bella, what is it? Bella Pierre did a little color correcting, and I'm not mad at it. One thing I did want to mention, that when I used that Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer, I've used it maybe 2 or 3 times, and on this eye, I always feel like it kind of fades a little and that my darkness is starting to come through. So that's why I started wanting to use this. But I want to try it out again just to make sure I'm seeing what I think I'm seeing, because I do like the concealer. It is matte, but it's not an uncomfortable matte on me. It just has great coverage, but throughout the day, I feel like I'm starting to see a little darkness come through. So like I said, I do want to keep trying that before I give my final review. This Bella Pierre, I guess it's not expired, because I do feel like it did something as far as the darkness. And that just may be why, yeah, I feel like it's good. It covered up enough of my darkness under my eyes, and I think it just looks really good. I don't really see much darkness peeking through. I'm not really one that does a lot of color correcting, but I think it worked really well today. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm starting to really like this Sephora powder. I think it just looked really good on the skin today. For the first time, I don't think it ever looked bad, but for the first time of the 3 or 4 times I've used it, I really liked it today. I really did. And like I mentioned, I didn't need another powder. No way, no how, but I'm kind of happy I got it because this looked good on the skin. Again, the Juvia's Place primer, we did try to put it on at first, but like I said, you guys, I don't know if you guys were able to tell, but when I shook it up and put it on, you could just see the oil come out on it. And so that's what I said, if you use it, you definitely have to shake it up really well. And for me, I have to set it or it creases. So I mean, I do like it. I can't be mad at it because I really didn't pay for it. When I got this, it was buy 2 Juvia's Place items and get 1 free. And this was my free one. So I'm not mad at it. And I do like it, but I just wish it didn't crease so much. But the powder does help it out. And this LYS bronze highlighter. This is a knockout. I have not tried not one LYS product that I didn't like. I think I only have 2. But the 2 that I have, the bronzer and this, I mean, this LYS highlighter, it does not play. It is very pigmented. So like I said, you saw me just tap so I didn't get too much on. It is what I have in my inner corners, and you can see it there, but I just blend it out really well so it's not so beaming in case I do choose to wear it to work. So this was a good buy for me. And I think, just looking, I think that's all except for the, I don't even know where it is. Oh, here it is. Except for the smoothing primer by Sephora. I wasn't going to be happy with this because like I didn't know it was a gel. I thought it was a cream. But I said initially right off the bat, yeah, it's smoothing, but I really like the complexion. I love the complexion most of all. And when I get in front of the bathroom mirrors and stuff, I'm just sitting there looking. I'm just like, man, your skin looks really good. So I'm not mad at this primer. It's very smoothing. It feels silicone-y at first, but it's given what it needs to give. And I'm not mad at it. And do we have anything else that we tried that we haven't tried before? Nope. The Huda Beauty brow pencil. I've had this for several months. Still love it. And I think you guys... Oh, this Primrose Plus Cream Lip and Cheek Cream Palette. That's a mouthful. This is by Seraphine Botanicals. I was telling you guys, I wish I hadn't swatched it because I didn't think I was going to keep it. But listen. Listen, this looks good. This shade right here, I'm not sure about the rest. I may could get away with this one, but this shade right here, I like the way it went on. It looks really pretty. This Trestique, did not like this. Did not like it, and I'm just not even going to give it away. I'm just going to toss it. I did not want it. I'm never going to use it again. Not probably. I'm never going to use it again. Just has this gray undertone and kind of looks ashy. So I didn't like that. So this, I'm just decluttering. I'm not passing it along. I'm just going to throw it in the trash. I don't want that in my collection. And now I think we are all set with everything. This is, like I said, my final look for today. I hope you like how everything turned out. Please leave me some feedback in the comments. Let me know about my story time. Now you got to know this is a chatty video. So sorry about all that, but let me know about my story time. Let me know if you like this setup. Just tell me all the news. Everything that you want to tell me below in the comments. And that's it for the video. Yep, I like the way everything turned out. So if you did enjoy today's video, please consider subscribing to my channel, giving this video a thumbs up, and ringing the notification bell. It just lets you know each and every time that I upload a video. And share the channel because you know I don't mind. And lastly, please know that you're always welcomed and wanted here on my channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for showing up for today's video. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye.